Hey there, Scorpios. I'm sorry that this is late. So we'll just, excuse me, do this reading between now and the end of July. What's coming up for your couple's dynamic, whether you're married or, you know, just involved. This reading is for couples, Scorpio couples in general. Um, the first row represents the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and end of the month. This is your energy, your partner's energy, and the dynamic between you. So let's go ahead and get started. So we see in the beginning of the month that there may be uh, the challenge. Well, oh, I'm using my Love Dynamics deck today, by the way, for this reading. All couples and singles readings will be using the Love Dynamics deck. And if you're interested in purchasing this deck, there will be a link to it in the description box below. On the back of each card, um, you have 8 categories that gives you the dynamic of what's happening, and it allows for a much in-depth professional reading, even if you're a beginner. So the challenge we see here is that there may be a challenge to move or transition to a better place, a more peaceful place. There may be some unresolved issues that need to be worked out, and someone is trying to move on, and but the past keeps coming up. All right. So I feel like your energy is the hermit. Seems like you've pulled back, you're withdrawn or in reflection mode, and you're searching for clarity about the relationship, right? You've pulled back not because you don't care, but because you're searching for meaning, clarity, for peace. You want something solid that quiets the doubts in your chest. So you're having some doubts about this connection. The past keeps coming up. You want to move on to a better place. And this feeling could be mutual. The partner's energy is the 10 of Wands. They feel heavy or burdened. Maybe they're carrying guilt or responsibility. Maybe it's just the pressure of trying to hold this relationship together without knowing how. You're not in their mind, you're not easy to deal with. Um, but I feel like they've taken on that challenge, if that makes sense. I feel like the connection right now, though, is stuck between healing and hiding. Neither of you is fully walked away, but neither of you is fully present either. You're walking side by side, but looking in different directions. Your back is turned, their back is turned. Um, and this needs to change. So if that resonates with you, put a thumbs up uh, or leave a comment. Row 2, we have the world as the challenge. This is the middle of the month. So things can't stay the same. It's reaching a point of conclusion, and the door is open to either expand or close this chapter, and someone needs to make a decision. Your energy is the Knight of Swords. You may be caught off guard in the future, perhaps by something they say or do. It shakes your balance. You may not expect what you hear or expect the directness. Their energy is the Ace of Coins. So they're offering you something, perhaps a chance to start fresh or to build something with you. They want a future with you and they see the potential They intend to offer something real and stable. They see the long-term potential and they want to deepen the connection. They see the potential and value the connection. They want to build something solid but need some reassurance. They need to see that you're steady. They need to see that you're on board. So this is where the connection can either deepen or break. There's moments between now and month's end where they may show their hand, but you may not be ready to match their energy or caught off guard by it. And you'll need to decide if you want to accept what they have to offer. And what they have to offer is valuable. I would have to say it's not easy, but it's valuable. Now, towards month's end, we have the moon, the two of wands, the nine of pentacles, and the ace of swords. So there is a choice or a decision that's looming. It's a challenge to decide between committing, exploring other options, waiting, watching, questioning if the relationship still holds a future. So, do you commit or do you leave? It's time to stop thinking about it and it's time to start taking action and making a decision. There's hesitancy and it feels like it's all on your part, Scorpio. You're still confused. You're fearful, anxious. You don't know, you have doubts. You don't know what to do. You may act distant, secretive, or unclear, not because you want to deceive, but because you're really just not sure how you feel. So I feel like you've been deep thought about this connection. You're still not sure about how you feel around month's end. The partner's energy is the nine of coins, so they're going to turn inward. So you started off turned inward, now they're going to turn inward. And they may choose independence or focus on their own goals or emotionally detached to protect themselves. They're not going to chase you. They make the offer, but they're not going to chase you. And so you have to decide what to do. So there's a turning point around the end of the month. And if confusion wins, the connection could fade away, could end. But if clarity comes through, you may have one last chance. But you can't stay in limbo much longer. I would say you probably still unsure by the end of the month what you want to do. But by September, um, you'll be making a decision. Let's read the columns. So you have the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, and the Moon. Let me just shorten these so you can see them in the screen. There we go. So you have the Hermit, the Knight of Swords, and the Moon. So you've been withdrawn, then you'll be reactive, then you'll be uncertain. And you're going to have to choose soon. I don't feel like you're completely clear by the end of the month, but your silence could be an answer that decides for you. They may pick up on your silence. or take your confusion, your silence for an answer. So be aware of that. The partner's energy is the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Coins, and the Nine of Coins. So they've carried the weight. They may make an offer. I feel like they will make an offer to you of some kind, but it may not be received by you. You may have a reaction, and they're not going to beg you. They know their value, they know their worth. And if you can't see it, then that's on you. I feel like the relationship needs to evolve. It's time to let go of the past and move forward. There's more clarity around what this is coming in and a future decision about that. But you're not ready to make that decision this month. I feel like you'll probably make it in September, but that's kind of pushing it. Kind of pushing it. Around the end of this month, they've kind of moved on, right? So try to have that direct conversation maybe before the end of the month, right? It will bring clarity. It will reignite trust, and it will clear the air. Whether that means the end of the relationship or a new beginning, it depends on where your heart is. That's what you're trying to get clear on. But a conversation will help with that. Spirit says, don't hide behind your confusion, Scorpio. You do know how you feel. Listen to your intuition. You're just scared about what will happen when you say what you already know you feel. Say it anyway, because silence is more dangerous than the truth. I feel like this bond still holds potential, but only if you can both be honest and clear and both make the decision to choose the other. If one Sorry about that. I think I lost you for a minute. So, this bond still holds potential. You both need to be honest and have a clear conversation. If one of you keeps watching and waiting, I likely you, Scorpio, then the other will walk. So this connection is at the edge of change. Someone is holding space. They're holding space for you, but you're holding back. By the end of July, the air will clear one way or another. It needs to clear, right? Either you will verbalize your decision or your silence will make it for you. And then that's your reading, Scorpio. I hope that you found it healing, helpful, hopeful, insightful. And if you did, please hit the thumbs up. Please share this reading with your friends in social media. Please consider subscribing to the channel. It's brand new and needs your support. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next month. Bye, Scorp.